Well, good morning guys, and welcome to my birth vlog for baby number 2. We're finally here. It feels like it's been a very long time. It has just felt like a very long pregnancy, and we are ready to meet this little boy. So today is May 23rd. It is like 6 a.m. right now, and we have an induction scheduled for 9 a.m. So it's technically an elective induction. I'm 41 weeks and 1 day, and they would have let me go until 42 weeks. So like 5 or 6 more days, but little man has been measuring on the bigger side for at least a month, honestly, longer. So we decided to just go ahead and do it this week instead of waiting one more. I was induced with my first and I had like an overall good experience, but was trying to avoid it this time around. But here we are. We're just gonna take it one step at a time and try and go with the flow as much as we can. That's kind of how we did it last time, and mindset wise, it helped out, like by not stressing out. And honestly, I thought I was gonna be up all night long thinking about it just because of the countdown, and overall I handled it pretty good. I probably fell asleep around like 12:30, and then I woke up at 5:30. So I feel like that is pretty good, especially with my normal pregnancy, like insomnia. Anyway, so feeling okay right now. Obviously, like the nerves could kick in at any moment. I'm more anxious about leaving my toddler than I am about labor at this point. So I don't know. I know he's in good hands. He'll be fine. But just knowing I'm going in for an induction, and they're often a lot longer than like a normal, blah, blah, blah. I can't even talk. It's too early and I feel like I still have my morning voice. But anyway, I just know that we're going to be at the hospital longer than some people just because it's an induction rather than starting labor at home. So we will just see. I will keep you guys informed along the way. We're just going to get up our toddler, pack the car, drop him off at Grandma and Grandpa's, grab bagels on the way so we are nice and fueled, and we'll check in with you guys later. We're gonna meet little baby today or tomorrow. Here is our last bump shot. Let's move this hair. Here we go, 41 weeks. Someone's happy. Okay, calm in, calm. All right, we're in our induction room, all settled. Got my fancy dancy cup here. Hello, Dad.
Hello.
We are feeling okay, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like all the nurses are like quiet, and the one that did my IV seemed nervous, but she did great. First try, which was very unlike last time, if you remember. So we are, what are you doing? What are you doing? Will's going to attempt to put up my hair. I guess I can do it. My IV's like not in a weird spot, so I could probably put my hair up, but I should have done it before. Wasn't thinking. But yeah, I don't know. The nurses seem nervous, which like makes me nervous. They just took my vitals. My blood pressure was a little high, so it might be nerves. I don't know. But yeah, we're just here waiting to see what's happening. She thinks the doctor is going to start me on misopropyl.
Yeah.
Misopropyl.
Miso soup.
Miso soup. She thinks that it's going to be every 6 hours up there, not orally. So we'll see how this goes and how my body reacts. We'll check in later. All right, so change of plans. The doctor came in and he checked me. So a week ago, I was at like a 0.5 is what I was told. I guess my record says I was at a 1, and he checked me and I was at a 3. But Okay, about the check. Everyone says that it's painful, right? I would say it's uncomfortable normally. This is the first check that I would say painful. He explained that like my cervix is still like way up there and that baby is posterior. So I don't know if that is why, but I feel like he had to go way more up in there than previous cervical checks. But we made it through. And so in 3 centimeters, he said a -1 position, but because I am at a 3, he's like, let's just skip the meso and or the cook balloon / Foley bulb, whatever you want to call it. They're similar, but the same. Similar, but different, I mean. He said, let's skip that, move to labor and delivery and start Pitocin. Whoa. Will's over here like,
I can't hold still.
Because we were in this room for so long with our first labor that we just like, we were gonna unpack and stay a while.
Yeah, I was gonna take a quick little cat nap.
Oh, they can't see you.
I was gonna take a quick little cat nap, but he's like, oh yeah, you're 3.5. Okay, well, move your labor and delivery down. I'm like,
let's do it.
I'm like, what now?
So,
we got a bed for you already. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, they just came in like 2 seconds ago. They're like, we have a bed for you. So yeah, we're gonna be moving any second now.
It is currently 11 o'clock.
Ugh, I feel like my hair is just bugging me. So is my IV. I gotta get like used to it again. I remember my IV bugged me at the beginning last time, but by discharge, it was like, whatever, it's just part of me. They said because it's my second baby and I'm already 3 centimeters, we could have this baby by dinner time, so.
Early dinner.
They're coming. All right, we are now in labor and delivery. Here's our room. It looks pretty much the same as last time. And yeah, she got me all hooked up to a wireless monitor so I can move around. She said I can walk, I can do whatever I want. I'm like, sweet. Yeah, we are just here. The vibe is good. The nurse is like fun and giggly. I like her. Do you like her?
Yeah.
I think she liked us. We came in like, just, I don't know, we kind of came in like excited. High energy and excited because we really thought we'd be in that other room for at least 12 hours. So we came in kind of excited. But yeah, I'm all hooked up. She's gonna go get my Pitocin and I'm gonna be starting it soon. We're gonna get out the diffuser and our speaker. We got our number 1 foam finger over here. And I don't know, this just like, I don't think it's set in still for me because it's just happening faster than expected. But I'm happy because that means we can all go home to little Sir William sooner.
Yes.
Hopefully, but yeah. Oh, and she also looked over my birth plan and was very receptive to it. And like, I don't know, last time I just felt like they're like, oh, no epidural.
It's a slower day today though, so I think everyone's not as
True, it is a slower day, so maybe that's why. All right, so she came in and started my Pitocin. I'm at a 1. She said she's gonna up it, I think 2 points, every 45 minutes or so. We're just gonna sit here on the birth ball, probably do some walking, and hang out until contractions really get started. Yeah, we're just chilling. It feels weird.
Jet's not wanting to take off.
Give it some time.
He likes the runway.
She upped me early, so we'll see. This might get crazy right when your food comes in.
Oh, goody.
You're gonna make him nauseous with your video.
My videoing is immersive.
Immersive. If this hospital lighting, I forget about it every time. But we just did a couple laps around the floor. Didn't see anybody else. Nobody else walks. Like, come on, get moving. It helps. Well, so they say. But I'm currently at a 5 dosage of Pitocin. She upped me from a 3 to a 5 a little early because I'm like, she asked if I was contracting or if I felt anything, and I said not really, just kind of like some cramping, but not full contractions. So she upped me a little early, and we're gonna stay here for like an hour just to see how I feel. The doctor did just come in and said, like, you want me to break your water? And I said, let's wait, because I'm not feeling much. I don't want my pain to go from like nothing to crazy amounts, because last time they broke my water, whew, it was nuts. And I mean, it could not be the case this time, but I don't know. I just feel like we can wait another hour or so. And then my nurse actually said she agreed with our decision. So there's that. Will ordered some food. Ooh. What'd you get?
Mac, fries, fried chicken.
Fried chicken sandwich, mac and cheese, fries. Ooh, look, even a nice little flower. He got cheesecake, and I got cranberry juice and Sprite. And there's some toppings for your sandwich. Huh? Looks not too shabby. Oh, and I got some Italian ice. Okay, it's been a little bit. Will took a little nap, and I was just on my birth ball watching YouTube, and doctor came in, checked me. I'm at 4 centimeters right now, so not like a ton of progress, but I was 80% effaced. Side note, the baby is not posterior, my cervix is. So like that's why my cervical check earlier hurt more than normal, because it's like back in there. And so when he checked me this time, it definitely hurt more than normal. But he took the little hook and broke my water, and it just kind of like trickled out. And when I get up, I'm sure there will be more. Completely different than last time. And they just upped my Pitocin from a 5 to a 7. She left it at a 5 for a while just to see like if my body would catch up. Which contractions are way more consistent, so that's a good sign. And ever since my water broke, they are definitely stronger, more in my back and like lower groin, I would say, more so than belly. So there we go. Will just went to the cafeteria. I feel like I'm shaking. That's another thing. The minute he broke my water, I started shaking, which I know happens to some people, but my legs were literally like crazy. But yeah, Will went to go get some coffee at the cafeteria. He's like, I'll be so fast. I'm like, honey, I'm okay. There's no baby in the next 5 minutes. So yeah, we'll see when I check in. See how fast things go now. It hasn't been that long. What time is it?
It's 4:30.
It's 4:30. Oh wow, so my water broke an hour ago. We did a lot of laps around the labor floor, and we were stopping during contractions because they're starting to get more intense for sure. Ooh, but I'm gonna get a contraction. So 1 sec. All right, contraction is over. They're definitely more consistent. Like I'll show you my chart in a second, and they're going way more consistent. And I could probably talk through them still, but it's almost at the point where I can't. So I'm kind of practicing my breathing techniques. And sorry about the sway. I'm having just back pain, so swaying away here. But what was I saying? My brain is so not here anymore.
Oh, you're talking about how hunky I am.
Yes, I was talking about how handsome you are. That's what I was saying.
That's it. You just gotta ask me.
I've just been like practicing breathing through them, relaxing my body and not tensing up. So, because soon that might be a struggle. So we are just going to continue on. It might be my last update. Who knows? We'll just see. But it's like 4:30 right now. Pitocin is still at a 7, which has been like that for an hour now because that was raised the same time that my water broke. So, okay. We should probably update the group chat. At this point, contractions were getting more and more regular and just growing in intensity. At some point, they did up my Pitocin to a 9, but this whole portion up to the birth is pretty blurry. I couldn't talk through contractions anymore, and all I wanted to do was just stand and sway like you see in the video. I was kind of leaning on Will as a crutch, but I didn't want him to touch me. His touch felt like 1,000 pounds. It was crazy. I was getting really tired from standing though, because I was standing or walking pretty much all day, and I tried to sit on the birth ball, but when I did, my contractions was slow. They weren't regular and they weren't that intense, and I didn't want to prolong labor and have them up my Pitocin unnecessarily, so I decided to keep standing. But I got super, super hot, like extremely hot, and I looked at Will and I said, I need 3 things from you. I need you to get my fan, I need you to get me some ice chips, and I need you to take a picture of me because this is gonna be my last picture pregnant. And it sure was. I was right, I was in transition. And at that point, I was extremely tired. So I decided to switch it up and go on all 4s on the bed. And my next contraction in that position was just such a crazy jump from the one I had had before. They were intense before, but this was different, and my body was actually starting to push, and I could feel the baby coming down with each contraction. So we called on the nurse, called on the doctor, they checked me, and I was at 7 centimeters at this point. And they said, okay, wait it out, we'll come back, and they left the room. Not even 3 contractions later, I told Will they need to come back. He is coming, I'm having this baby. They did not believe me at first, which I understand, but it was really frustrating in the moment and really scary for me, honestly. And they finally, after a lot of persuading, checked me again and immediately called for a baby kit. Everyone rushed in. I was right, he was coming, and I was full on pushing at that point. A lot went on during this time period, but just after a handful of pushes, he was crowning and I delivered the head. The issue at this point was that there was a prolapsed cord and his shoulder was stuck in my pelvis. When there's a prolapsed cord, there's no blood flow until the baby is delivered. So at that point, it's really, really urgent to get him out. And it was a really, really scary time. But once he was successfully delivered, he was whisked away super fast and brought to the NICU team to get some air in his lungs, kind of stimulate him and get him to cry. Oh my gosh, that first cry was just such a relief to hear. It felt like years before I heard that cry. But thankfully, he was cleared pretty quickly by the NICU team, and they did all their extra checks, and he was back with us with not too much time in between. So thankfully, we have a healthy baby. Jet Douglas Sloup was born at 7:34 p.m. He was 8 pounds, 7 ounces, and 21 inches long. This is definitely the Cliff Notes version of that time period, which was only an hour between that picture I told Will to take when I knew I was starting to go into transition. That was taken at 6:34, and he was born at 7:34. So a lot happened in that hour. I will share more of that in my birth story once I'm done processing all of this and I can really talk in depth and share my story, because I think it can maybe help some other mamas in the future. But thank you guys all for watching. I'm gonna go cuddle my little newborn now, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.